Hi everyone. Today I'm making pizza at home for dinner, almost from scratch. First I grabbed my pastry mat, rolling pin, and a little flour. I also decided to wear my apron because let's be honest, things get a little messy when the flour comes out. I sprinkled some flour on the pastry mat and then got out my dough. Today I'm using frozen pizza dough from our local bakery. It's already made and ready to go. I do have a homemade pizza dough recipe, but lately it just hasn't been turning out the way I'd like. My husband picked up a few of these frozen dough balls a while back, and we've been using this little shortcut ever since. I think I'll leave the pizza dough to the professionals for now. I can make a pretty good pie crust, but my pizza dough definitely needs some work. Maybe that'll be one of my winter projects. As you can see, I struggled a bit getting the soft dough out of the package. Once I finally won the battle, I lightly floured it, gave it a quick knead, and started rolling it out. Sometimes I like to pretend I'm a professional pizza maker and imagine tossing the dough in the air, but knowing my luck, it would end up either on the ceiling or worse, the floor. Instead, I just stretch it gently in my hands before rolling it out a little more. I like to check the size against my pizza pan to make sure it's big enough. I may have gotten a little carried away this time because the crust ended up a bit oversized. I had to roll the edges up quite a bit. Looking back, I probably could have made 2 smaller pizzas instead of 1 giant one. Maybe next time. Once the dough was ready, I carefully transferred it to the pizza pan and tucked in any extra dough hanging over the edges. Then I gave my workspace a quick tidy before adding the toppings. And here's where things didn't quite go according to plan. I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. Sorry you missed the part where I spread on the pizza sauce, sprinkled the mozzarella cheese, and arranged the pepperoni. By the time I realized the camera wasn't recording, I only had 1 topping left to add. The last of some frozen cubed ham I had in the freezer. Nothing goes to waste around here. Then it was into a preheated 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. My oven runs a little hot, so that was just enough time. If your oven runs cooler, you may need an extra 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your crust and toppings. When I pulled the pizza out of the oven, I couldn't believe how much that crust had puffed up. It turned into one big, beautiful pizza. We actually love dipping the crust in a little olive oil and balsamic vinegar, so all that extra crust was definitely not a problem. I hope you enjoyed this quick, budget-friendly meal that's sure to become a family favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bon appétit!